All right, y'all. So it's Tuesday, I think, after work. I came down for just a few minutes. Uh, didn't do much. It's really hot. I'll show you in a second. Found that drain plug for the transmission, which is right up in there. So I found that guy. That guy came out. Was looking down. I don't know if I can see it on camera or not, but there's another plug like right there. That was the one that was giving me a headache. Could never get that thing out. But anyway, I found that guy. Dropped down the front end a little bit. Pulled the brake shoes off just to make sure I could. So to elaborate a little bit more on what I'm thinking of doing, get over here. Hopefully, the sun's not in our way. So this right here is bolted in right here. So not ideal for what I'm gonna do, but that's too easy just to run a bead and just make it part of the frame right there. So we can do that, or if I need to extend that out. So what I'm thinking of doing is, obviously it's a Mini Cooper, it's really short. We know the engine bay, just by looking at that guy, you know, we're gonna have issues as far as length once I get a transmission in there, you know, and the engine itself. So I'm thinking about lengthening the wheelbase a little bit. Obviously, it'd be a little bit wider depending on the front end. And what I want to do is possibly even taking the hood. See if I can get all this in there. Taking the hood, cutting it, and using part of the hood to make me some wheel wells. So engine bay, obviously open engine bay, but maybe some wheel wells or some fenders, whatever you want to call them. Do that, and I already talked about how the rear end, it's not set in stone yet, but how I want to widen the rear end and build some fenders out here covering that. Maybe do a nice running board along the side, and then I can run my exhaust up underneath that running board somewhere. So that's the plan so far. So if I do that, what I don't have to do is I don't have to cut hole. I mean, I still got to build the tunnel, but I'm not really messing with the firewall that much. I would like to keep the integrity of the Mini, you know, from the firewall back as much as I can. I will tell you that I'm undecided, but I'm thinking about cutting the roof off. I haven't made that decision yet, but I might cut the roof off. So cut the roof off. Obviously all this glass is coming out regardless. I'm not running with all that stuff around, I don't think. But if I cut the roof off, all this glass is coming out too, of course. But that's what I'm thinking right now. It is, I don't know, probably 6:30 in the evening. Hasn't been that bad down here today, so I figured I'd come down and do a little something. Hopefully my hand's probably in the way. I'm sweating. I'm like, okay, it wasn't that hot today, but the sun's right there. I'm already soaked, only been down here for about 30 minutes or so. So probably wrap it up. This weekend will be definitely spent in the garage. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like, but I don't care. I'll come down first thing in the morning and I'll work until it gets too hot. I don't know what the forecast is, but I'm hoping to get that guy out this weekend. I gotta disconnect the exhaust, disconnect the front wheel drive and everything. So I got plenty of stuff that I still need to do. You know, the electrical, all that. I mean, I got obviously some stuff that I unplugged, but that's the game plan. So continuation as far as what the plan is, and then we got to get this guy going soon. So just the other day, got me a little fancy package with a whole bunch of fasteners in it. So all this is SBC stuff, right? Small block stuff. So all that is for this guy over here. So I got to work on this thing too. So I got two things going on at once, plus the hood. Because if I cut these out, I'm still going to make a shop light out of the rest of the hood, because I'm not putting a hood back on it. If I do put a hood on it, it's not going to be this hood. Like I showed you guys the other day, it's got damage from the accident. I'm not reusing that. I'll cut that out and I'll leave that damage on there, and I'll just run that tire on the inside there. I don't care. But I'll leave that on there. So that's the plan. Also this week, actually, maybe even before the engine this weekend, I got to take all this stuff out, disconnect all the electrical. I'm taking the hood off. Hood's going to come off. And then the other thing I do is, Lisa and I have already talked about even before this, is getting a storage unit, just a small one, and mainly for all this stuff that we got stacked up all over the place. So garage is pretty full. A lot of that will probably go to a storage unit. Plus, I mean, until I sell those, I mean, I already got body parts starting to stack up there. I got some place. I'm pulling the doors off. I got to have some place to put them. So just a small little storage unit. We know we're getting one. So that's something I got to take care of too. So anyway, that's the continuation of what the plan for the Mini is. Like I said, I don't know how the front end's going to look in the end, but I'm kind of excited about it. Once I get this thing out, I can actually really start formulating a plan for it. So hey, stay posted, guys.